So everyone, good morning. Welcome to your science class. Today we are going to be working with different topics, okay? But before we are going to be making a review about the previous topic that we studied in the last class. So remember that the last week we were working with a topic that was called the nervous system. And before to continue with the new topic, I want you to tell me some things related to this topic. And I am going to be asking you, for example, I told you that the topic that we studied in the last week was the nervous system. So I would like someone who raised their hand and tell me which are the most important parts or the parts that form the nervous system. Who wants to tell me that? Which are the parts that form the nervous system? Okay, let me wait. There is someone who can tell me which are the parts of the nervous system? Okay, since I don't have any participant, I am going to be asking you one by one. Let me check. Astrid, could you please tell me which is one of the parts that form the nervous system?
The brain.
The brain, very good. This is the center of our nervous system. This is the most important part of the nervous system. Very good, because it is the center of the nervous system. Now, tell me, which is the other part that is very important from the nervous system, Andrea?
From the nervous system,
After the brain, that is one of the most important parts of the nervous system, which is another part of the nervous system.
Spinal cord.
The spinal cord, very good. That this is directed since the brain until the end of our column. This is the part that helps us to be able to sit or to be able to stand or to be able to make movements or reflexes, okay? This is very important. Okay, so Astrid already mentioned that the brain is one of the most important parts of the nervous system. And excellent, Andrea. And we also have the part of the spinal cord that it helps us to be able to move all the parts of our body, okay? Now, let me check another person. Could you please, Alban, tell me another part from the nervous system? Okay, Alban.
The cerebellum.
The cerebellum, but it is the same as the brain. Another one besides the brain or cerebellum and the spinal cord. What other part is important from the nervous system? Do you remember that or not, Alban? No, okay. So try to pay attention because Astrid, I think that she wants to say the answer. Which is the other part, Astrid?
The nerves.
The nerves, very good, the nerves, okay? And something that it is very important about the nerves is that they send all the instructions to our brain in order to perform different movements or different actions that we need to perform because of the situations, okay? So let me check over here. Andrea, do you want to say something else about the topic?
No, because I want to participate to say the definitions or
the parts of the nervous system. Okay, so help me with this. Could you please tell me the 3 most important parts of the nervous system?
the encephalon or brain,
The
spinal cord,
spinal cord, and the last one?
and the nerves.
And the nerves, very good, excellent, excellent. And some parts from the nervous system that are very important. The first one, it is the brain, okay, that this is the center of our nervous system. Thanks to the brain, we are able to think, we are able to move, we are able to breathe, to see, to listen. Everything that we do that our responses to the environment are thanks to the nervous system. And that's why it is very important for us that we need to take care of it, okay? So let's try to remember, which are the main parts of the nervous system? We have the brain, we have the spinal cord, and the last one are the nerves. The nerves send messages to our neurons, and thanks to that messages, we are able to see, we are able to speak, we are able to listen, and everything we do is thanks to the parts of the nervous system, especially about the brain and also the spinal cord, and also the most important part is called nerves. We have millions and millions of nerves that help us to be performing all the actions that we want or that we need to do according to any situation, depending on the environment in which we are, okay? So don't forget that. But before to continue with the new topic, I would like to ask Alban. Alban, could you please tell me one more time which are the three most important parts of the nervous system?
The cerebellum,
The
spinal cord, the
nerves. And the nerves, very good. I am going to be asking this question to everyone in here. Now, Luis Diego, which are the parts of the nervous system, Luis Diego? Okay, we already mentioned that.
The spinal cord.
The spinal cord, very good. The other one?
Nervous.
The nerves, and which is the most important? We just say it.
Brain.
The brain, the encephalon or brain, that is the same thing. That is the center of our nervous system. Now, let me check Brandon. Brandon, could you please tell me again the three parts of the nervous system? The first one is?
spinal cord.
The first one, the most important. Which is the most important, Brandon? Which is the most important?
The cerebellum.
The cerebellum, okay. In this case, it is the brain or encephalon, okay? The cerebellum is another part of the nervous system. Let's continue. The spinal cord, and which is the last one? You are missing one. The nerves, very good. Now, Abby, could you please repeat to me the three parts of the nervous system?
The cerebellum, the spinal cord, and the nerves.
Okay, very good, excellent. Now let's continue with Nady. Nady, could you please tell me the three parts of the nervous system? Nady. Which is the most important part of the nervous system, Nady?
The cerebellum.
Okay, the encephalon or brain, okay? The next one? The spinal cord. Okay, let me repeat them for you, okay? But try to pay attention. The three parts of the nervous system are the brain or encephalon. We have also the spinal cord, and the last one are the nerves, okay? One more time. Brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Now tell me them, please.
Brain.
Spinal cord.
Nerve.
And nerves, very good, excellent. Now let me check Isabella. Isabella, which are the three parts of the nervous system?
Brain.
Spinal cord.
Spinal cord. And the last one? Nerves, okay? Don't forget the nerves. They are also part of the Part of the nervous system. Now, Alberto, could you please tell me the 3 parts of the nervous system, please?
The brain, the cerebellum, and the spinal cord.
Okay, the spinal cord. Okay, remember that the cerebellum is a part of the brain, okay? This is different. The cerebellum is a part of the brain. So you already told me the brain and also the spinal cord, which is the last part of the nervous system. The nerves, okay? Don't forget the nerves. Okay, that is another part from the brain or the nervous system, sorry. Now, let me check. Okay, let me try with Aaron. Aaron, could you please tell me again the 3 parts of the nervous system?
The brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves.
Excellent, very good. Thank you very much. Now let me try with another person. Could you please, Jose Miguel, tell me which are the 3 parts of the nervous system? Okay, repeat. Tell me.
Nerves.
Okay, remember that they are 3. Repeat after me, Jose Miguel. Brain. The brain or encephalon. Continue. The nerves and the spinal cord. Don't forget that, Jose Miguel, okay? So one more time for this. Remember that the nervous system is formed by 3 parts. The encephalon or brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves, okay? Don't forget about that. Most of you already told me the correct answers, but let me finish with this. I am going to ask Olban Josue and Olban Daniel to help me repeat again the different parts of the nervous system. Okay, let me check over here. Okay, Olban Josue, could you please tell me the 3 parts of the nervous system, please? Okay, let me check this. Okay, everyone, sorry, I have some problems with this, but let me check. Okay, everyone, I'm back, and we are going to finish with this just to tell you, okay, that don't forget that the nervous system is formed by 3 important parts. The most important part of the nervous system is the brain or encephalon. The second one is the spinal cord, that it is helping us to make possible for us to make any of the movements that we can perform with our body. And in the last one, we have also the nerves, okay? The nerves are in charge of sending messages to our neurons in order to perform any activity or movement that we need to do, okay? We are going to be talking about the senses and their organs, okay? The senses and their organs. But before to start with this, I would like to ask someone who wants to tell me which are the 5 senses that we have. Which are the 5 senses? Who wants to tell me that? There is someone who wants to tell me the 5 senses? Raise your hand, please, by using the icon. Okay, thank you very much, Aaron. Could you please, Aaron, tell me which are the 5 senses of our body, and then Abby, okay?
These 5.
The 5 senses.
Nose,
Okay, but the senses, these are the organs, Aaron. Which are the 5 senses? What do we do, Aaron? What do we do with our nose? We smell, okay? Remember that right now I'm only asking you about the senses, not the organs, Aaron. I know that you are looking for the organs over there, but we are talking about the senses, okay? So let me check if Abby can tell me this. Which are the 5 senses that we have, Abby? Uh-huh.
Touch, smell,
Touch, smell,
sight,
sight,
hear,
or listening,
taste.
and taste. Very good. Excellent. Those are the 5 senses. She said sight, she said listening, she said taste, and she said touch, okay? Those are the senses that we have. And in the case of Aaron, he was presenting to us the organs that perform these senses, okay? So let me check that. I think Astrid wants to share something with us.
Hearing, taste, touch.
And touch. Very good. Excellent. Aaron, you were right when, with the things that you were telling me. Now, let me check again. Which are the parts of the body that perform these 5 senses? Sorry.
Es que no lo escuché porque había...
In the sense of smell? Andrea, could you please tell me which are the organs of the 5 senses? The organs. The eyes is for sight. Okay, very good. Let's continue.
Mouth.
The mouth is for what sense?
To taste.
To taste. Very good. Continue.
The nose to smell.
The nose to smell. Very good. And this one? The ears for what?
Ears for hearing.
For hearing or listening. Excellent, Andrea. Very good.
In the hands to touch.
To touch. Very good. Okay, I want you to have clear this, okay? In the case of touch, we represent it with our hand because this is what we use in order to touch something. But in the case of the sense of touch, it includes all our skin. All our skin is part of the sense of touch, okay? Not only our hands. Everything that covers our body, that is called the skin, is part of our touch, okay? So don't forget that. This is not only about touching with our hands, but also with the rest of our body, but it includes the skin because the skin is part of the sense of touch. Now, let me check Luis Diego. Luis Diego, could you please repeat for me which are the parts or the organs from our body that perform each of the senses that we have? For example, in the case of smell, which is the organ that we use? For smell. Which is the organ that we use to smell?
The nose.
The nose, very good. And what about for listening? What do we use?
That you listen to
Uh-huh.
the teacher.
Okay, but which is the part of our body that we use in order to listen?
Yes, listening.
Okay, the ears, the organ that we need in order to listen are our ears, okay? We are talking about the organs. Very good. Now let me check another person. I think that Andrea is raising her hand. Andrea, do you want to say something else? The other parts of the body or the organs that we need in order to use our senses. For example, in the case of the sense of sight, what do we use in order to perform the sense of sight?
Eyes.
The eyes, very good. And in the case to taste, what do we use?
Mouth.
The mouth, very good. And in the case of touch, what do we use?
Hands.
Our hands or our skin. Very good, excellent. And now let me try with Jose Miguel. Jose Miguel, could you please help me telling me which are the 5 senses that we have? And then Isabela, okay? Jose Miguel, which are our 5 senses, Jose Miguel? Okay, this one? Okay, we have sight. Okay, sight. Then we have listening. Okay, we have taste with our mouth and tongue. Very good. And we also have the touch. Jose Miguel, we have touch also with our hands and also with our skin. And let's finish with Isabela. Isabela, could you please tell me which are the organs that we use in order to use our senses?
Sí.
Okay, in the case of sight, what do we
Sight.
use, Isabela?
Ears.
Our
Ears.
eyes. In the case of sight, okay, sight. To be able to see, what do we use, Isabela?
Eyes.
Our eyes. In the sense of listening, what do we use?
Ears.
Our ears. In the sense of taste, what do we use?
Mouth.
Our mouth, and the most important is the tongue, okay, the tongue. In the case of touch,
Hands and skin.
hands and skin. Very good, excellent. In the case of smell, what do we use?
Nose.
The nose. Very good. And this is the topic that we are going to start today. Not only the senses, the organs that perform each of these senses, okay? That is what I told you before. We are going to be working today not only with the 5 senses, but we are going to be learning about the organs by which we are able to use our senses. So as you can see in this picture that I have over here, I have represented the 5 senses that we have, but also the organs that we use in order to use our senses. So we have the sense of touch, that as you told me before, we used our hands, but mostly our skin. Remember that all of our skin is part of the sense of touch. Now let's continue with the next part. In this one, we have the nose. The nose is the organ that we use in order to smell. And then we have the ears, that the ears are the organs that we use in order to listen. Then we have the eyes, that we perform the sense of sight. And the last one, we have a tongue. And which is a tongue? The tongue is the organ that we use in order to taste, okay? It is not only the mouth, it is also our tongue, because it perceives all the things that we can taste, okay? So let's continue with this. Right now, I am going to show you a video in which you are going to be looking at this topic, okay? So try to pay attention because I am going to ask you questions about this. Let's start. Okay, let's continue.
Hello, friends. You might be wondering what I was doing in that hole. Well, that is one of my usual trips to find something new. And guess what I found today? Ta-da! This is the bag of 5 senses. Come, let's see what's inside. Zoom in. Whoa! These are the 5 senses. Sense of sight, sense of hearing, sense of smell, sense of taste, and sense of touch. These are the eyes. They help you see. Yes, you're using them right now while looking at me. Amazing, isn't it? Your eyes help you to see things. Just like how it will help us to see what's next. These are the ears. They help you hear. Do you hear that? Wonderful music, isn't it? Your ears help you hear. So whenever you hear beautiful things like birds chirping or a car blowing its horn, you know it's your sense of hearing. Ugh, I smell something. Is it coming from the garbage bin outside? This is your nose. It helps you smell different things. It could be something stinky like the garbage or something delicious. Like a mug of hot chocolate. This is your tongue. It helps you taste different kinds of food. Hey, that's a pizza! Mmm, yummy! Whether it's spicy or sour, sweet, or bitter, you know it all because of the sense of taste. And this is your skin. It helps you touch and feel things. When you touch clay and touch wood, do they feel different to you? Does the clay seem soft and smooth and the wood seems hard and rough? Your skin helps you know whether something is hot or cold, liquid or solid, soft or hard. Remember King Midas, who was cursed that his touch would turn anything into gold. But don't worry, that's not gonna happen to you. Trivia time! Did you know that the snakes hear from their jawbones? And 80% of what humans experience as taste is actually smell. Now I need to go back to that hole to find out something more for you. So this is me zooming out. Tune in next time for some more fun facts.
Okay, everyone, we already finished watching this video that is related to our topic. And remember that today we are not only studying the 5 senses, but we are learning also about the organs that perform these senses, okay? So let's continue with the topic. Okay, so in here we have the senses, and also let me try to... Okay, we are talking about the organs, the senses and their organs, okay? We already discussed about this, so I hope that you are really paying attention to this. Let's continue. Here we have a little information about this topic, and I want you to pay attention to this. It says, the organs of the senses are those that record what happens around the body. The organs of the 5 senses are the eyes for the sight, the ears for the listening, the nose for smell, the tongue for taste, and the last one, we have the skin for touch, okay? So let's try to repeat this again. The organs of the senses are those that record what happens around the body, and the organs of the 5 senses are eyes for sight, ears for listening, nose for smelling, tongue for tasting, and skin for touching, okay? So I am going to disappear this for you because I want to make sure that you were really paying attention to this. And I know that we already discussed this, but I want to make sure that you are paying attention. Let me check. Alban, could you please tell me which are the 5 organs of the 5 senses? The organs, not the senses, okay? Which are the organs that we need in order to feel these senses?
The eyes,
The eyes, very good.
the hands,
The hands or skin, very good.
The nose.
Nose,
The ears.
The ears, very good. And which is the last one?
Mouth.
You are missing one.
Mouth.
For touch, what do we use?
Hands.
Our hands or our skin, okay? Don't forget that the skin is the part of the touch, okay? The sense of touch. And let me ask another person before to continue with this. Okay, everyone. So I think that we are going to stop over here because the class is about to finish. So reconnect again with the same link, okay?